skadad? Kan du resa dig upp?
Nej. Nej.
Men jag bär dig någonstans
Aj,
där
aj.
vi kan ringa.
Försiktigt.
Du hänger ingenting.
And I'm very pleased to say that here to join me in enthusing about Let the Right One In is the pride of Nottinghamshire, BAFTA-winning director Shane Meadows. Shane, great to see you again.
And you, thank you.
Thank you. So you were a big fan. I love Let the Right One In, but you were a big fan as well, I believe.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I mean, it was one of those that you know, I'd never even heard about it. You know, and one of my friends sort of handed it to me and said, "You've got to watch this. It's the film Twilight should have been." And so I sort of sat down. The idea of a Swedish vampire film with very little actual vampire action in it didn't fill me with glee. But you know, I sat down and watched it, and it was mind-blowing. It was initially one of the most beautiful love stories I'd seen for years. But obviously the themes of bullying, young children, that sort of isolation has been something that's been prevalent in my own work. And yeah, I was absolutely blown away by it. And I've been the most amazing thing has been how well it's been received in this country, and that it hasn't just disappeared like a lot of great independent foreign work.
Incredible casting as well. I mean, you've worked with a lot of, and you always seem to find very talented young actors to work with as well. But the two leads in this are just remarkable, aren't they?
Yeah, and I know firsthand how hard it is to get great performances from children. It's one of them things that kind of, when it's done right, it looks easy, looks effortless, but it really isn't. And yeah, I mean, for two children to pretty much hold the whole film together and to shine above the adults, you know, it's a feat in itself, really.
Du har aldrig slagit tillbaka. Eller hur? Börja nu. Slå tillbaka hårt.
Men de är 3 stycken.
Du får slå ännu hårdare. Slå tillbaka mer än vad du vågar. Då slutar de.
Men om de...
Då hjälper jag dig.
Some very interesting British films in genres that we're not normally known for, like science fiction, for example. I was particularly impressed by Moon. What did you make of that?
Moon was one of the biggest surprises of the year for me. I mean, I've followed Sam Rockwell. I saw him in a film called Box of Moonlight about 10 years ago, and it was the first time I'd come across him. And he's a bit like Paddy. He's a bit of an enigma. It reminds me a bit of Paddy Considine, that he's able to kind of, he just keeps surprising you in everything that he does. But watching Moon was, you know, took it to a whole other level for me. I mean, I'm actually hoping to go out and meet Sam Rockwell in the new year to talk to him about a film I'm doing next year, because I'm such a huge fan of his work. And I mean, to seamlessly achieve, to be talking to yourself on a ship, and basically it's a film set in a room. I mean, I know it's a bit more than that, but for one person to be talking to himself for an entire feature film, and to make it one of the most awe-inspiring, atmospheric, sort of pulsating films, yeah, I absolutely in awe.
Sam, it might help you to talk about it.
Gertie, have you heard anything new about anyone fixing Lunar Sat?
No, Sam. What I understand is it's fairly low on the company's priority list right now.
You tell them to sort that out. You know what I'm talking about? That's not... I've only got 2 weeks, but it's not fair to whoever's coming up here next.
I will, Sam. Do you want me to finish cutting your hair later?
Nah, come on, let's finish this.
Incredible performance, and also, you know, an incredible job of directing, I think. You know, it was the first time for Duncan Jones, so really pulled that together as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my first film was you know, I made, but it was about a life that I'd kind of grown up with. I think I love films that impress me now are films that when I look at them, I think I have no idea I couldn't ever make that. But with what Duncan did in that as a first-time film, it was like the work of a I don't know, a Scorsese at the sort of top of their, you know, or Kubrick or somebody. It felt so mature. You couldn't believe it was someone's first film. It was so assured and so brave. You know, all credit to him, and it seems like he's starting to get the plaudits.
Lovely to have you here. I'm really looking forward to your new movie as well. I know you haven't actually started shooting yet, but would you call it horror? Is it a psychological thriller?
Yeah, well, it's called Beware the Devil, and it's It is a psychological horror. I mean, it's based on a true story of a man that was possessed by the devil.
Well, a true story of a man who believed he was possessed by the devil.
There you go. Yeah.
I think we have to...
But I've taken the leap and gone with it, you know, and I'm just buying it as a true story. It's frightening writing it, so you know, hopefully, if I can translate that into the cinema, it will be one of the scariest films of next year, hopefully.
I'm looking forward to it. It's another thing to say about a movie that's probably going to scare you, but I'm looking forward to it. Lovely to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
Sam, I love you. I love you. And I miss you.